Welcome in here at 8 on WTOL 11. We're in the midst of several alert days. This morning, we're seeing that snow coming down that our WTOL 11 weather team has been tracking for days. And it could cause you issues if you have somewhere to be. We've got team coverage this morning, making sure you stay safe during this winter storm. Faith Zahowski explains what's being done to get those roads cleared for you. Megan Hartnett is out in Defender, giving you a live look at what driving conditions are like this morning. And we have both meteorologists Davis Wells and Heather Pawloff in this morning, tracking the latest in your forecast. But let's start with meteorologist Davis Wells. Davis, we were talking a little bit ago, there's been a change in snowfall total.
Yeah, just compared to yesterday, snowfall totals have actually come up a little bit more, and that's because we've seen that track actually shift a little bit further to the north and giving us just that little extra moisture as well as prolonged period of snow. And we're seeing that on our Perrysburg camera. Notice the cars on 475 here going very slow, and that's because we're seeing some blowing and drifting. This is a very fluffy snow. It's not going to be that wet, heavy type of snow. So it will have the ability to kind of blow around very easily. And temperatures, with them being as cold as they are at 13 degrees, we're going to be looking at all snow for this event. It's not going to be a rain snow line moving through the area, and radar is even confirming that too. In fact, some heavier pockets that we're seeing areas down to the south and east, just to the south of Huron and southeast of Tiffin, even down near Upper Sandusky. Also seeing a little bit of a heavier cell that's just right now over the Indiana-Ohio border, and that will be pushing into Williams County here very shortly. But this spans the entire state. I mean, we're looking at definitely a significant winter storm, bringing some pretty good accumulation. And just to show you the path that it's taking, it started all the way down in Texas, and it's going to continue tracking up our direction, even up into Maine, spanning nearly 2,000 miles of area where they're going to see some sort of winter storm impacts. And the one thing that we've been keeping a very close eye on this morning has been road conditions. I know a lot of people maybe were trying to plan to head out for church service, but there are a number of impacts with that. And meteorologist Heather Pawloff, she is in studio right now, and you've been tracking some of these heavier bursts of snow. How is that impacting traffic?
Things are looking pretty good for us right now. In fact, some of those lighter snow showers starting to move through the metro area, so speed's a little bit better out on the highways, but again, expecting that snow to kind of ebb and flow as we get through the day today. So heavier snow bands expected as we're moving through the rest of this morning and into the afternoon hours. But again, taking a closer look at those impacts across the Toledo metro area this morning and zooming in here into Lucas and Wood County. So you see some of those lighter snow pockets, especially up towards Sylvania, out toward western Lucas County as well. Conditions improving a little bit out there this morning, but the good news, again, not seeing any major impacts out on the highways right now. So we've got those speeds kind of in the yellow right now. So 475, I-75 over to I-280 here in Oregon, seeing some maybe a few slowdowns there, especially northbound I-280 heading across the Maumee River there, and then out toward 475 out toward Franklin Park, and then back up toward Sylvania. So taking a live look here, this is the Anthony Wayne Trail. So things moving a little bit slower out there this morning, certainly seeing those reduced visibilities with some wind gusts upward of maybe 20 miles an hour. So certainly seeing those lanes of travel covered in that snow, even as those snow plows are making their way across the area this morning. We are seeing that snow kind of being blown back over the roadways here. So that's something that you're going to be dealing with if you are going to be heading out on the roads this morning. And I know of one person who's out there this morning. We've got Megan Hartnett. She is driving around in Defender. And Megan, where are you, and how are the roads where you are?
Heather, we're currently in Maumee on Dussel Drive. I'm going to go ahead and flip around the camera so you can see what we're seeing. You know, there have been a few plow trucks out here, but like you said, the wind is blowing the snow, so it's kind of just covering the road right back up right after these plow trucks are going through. The conditions don't seem to be getting that much better from when we first got out here. In some of the areas, it's been really hard to see the lanes. You can't really see, any of the lanes or even the curbs, or sometimes some of the medians have been hard to see. But there have been a few plow trucks. We know right now that throughout the state of Ohio, ODOT has more than 1,200 crews out there on the roads helping clear some of the areas. And I have to give credit to our driver, Jake, who is currently driving Defender, because some parts of the roads have been really slippery and it's been hard to see, and he's been doing a great job of driving. I think the biggest thing has been taking it slow. You know, with this amount of snow on the ground, it can be really difficult to navigate. And as our WTOL 11 meteorologists have been saying, we're only expected to just get more snow today, so the conditions could get worse. We haven't seen any crashes as we've been on the road or any drivers pulled onto the side of the road. Right now, there's not a lot of people because so many businesses and churches are closed. You can go to our website and see what all those different closings are. We're constantly updating it. If you do have to go out today, though, the biggest thing that officials are warning and telling people to do is to take it slow, give yourself plenty of time. If you see any of those plow trucks, don't crowd them. Make sure you give them plenty of space. But they're also warning that, you know, if you don't have to, don't go out on the roads today. Stay at home, stay where it's warm. Don't put yourself out in these conditions. They want to see the least amount of people on the roads today. It makes it safer for everyone, and especially for those crews who are working. We're going to toss it back to you in studio, Noelle.
And because of that snow coming down, there's several counties in our area under some sort of snow emergency. Hancock and Williams counties issuing a level 1 just minutes ago. Fulton, Lucas, Ottawa, Sandusky, and Wood are also under a level 1. That means roads are hazardous with blowing and drifting snow. There could also be ice, so you're urged to drive very cautiously. Defiance, Henry, Seneca, and Wyandotte are all under a level 2, meaning those who feel it is necessary, only those who feel it is necessary, should be driving out on the roads. And salt trucks and snowplows have already been paving the way for us since midnight, and crews say they'll be out all day. Faith Sahowski got the chance to talk to a Lucas County engineer. Faith, what do preparations look like for them in this weather?
Noelle, engineers say they already put down brine on the roads yesterday, which is a mixture of salt and water in places where you don't see a lot of drifting. But today they'll be spending most of their time trying to keep that blowing and drifting down. Lucas County engineer Michael Panuski says they had 11 salt trucks that headed out at midnight and will continue to salt and plow all day today. But when it comes to roundabouts and intersections, salt won't be the only thing they're laying down.
Salt doesn't work at temperatures below 15 degrees, so we really won't be applying a lot of salt because it's really not effective. What we have is some materials that can work in colder temperatures, and they're a little bit harder to come by, so we'll put them at intersections, roundabouts, curves, areas where there's more opportunity for people to slip.
They also want to remind everyone to stay off the roads as much as possible today, but if you do have to drive, take your time and remember, don't crowd the plow trucks. Reporting in studio, Faith Sahowski, WTOL 11.
All right, thanks, Faith. Our WTOL 11 weather team is tracking a lot of snowfall, so you might have to get out and shovel. Here's a few things the American Heart Association says you should keep in mind. Start gradually and pace yourself. Ideally, you should push or sweep the snow rather than lifting and throwing it, as that involves a little less exertion. And use a snowblower if you have one. Research shows using a snowblower raises the heart rate to around 120 compared to a heart rate of around 170 experienced when shoveling. And you don't want to be out in the cold too long, or you could risk getting frostbite. But how do you actually know if you're suffering from it? The Cleveland Clinic explains that frostbite happens in 3 stages. It would start with feeling cold, sore, and general pain. If you don't get inside soon, you will start to feel like pins and needles are poking you. And the final stage is numbness. If you are outside and start to lose feeling in your fingers or toes, it's time to get inside and warm up. Toledo is opening up warming centers because of the snow and cold we're seeing. One of those places open overnight today and tomorrow is St. Paul's Methodist Church. That's for singles and couples. Beach House will also be open for families. Daytime shelters will be open this weekend as well at St. Paul's Community Center and Beach House. Keep in mind, warming centers are separate from shelter wait lists and do not provide beds. You can track the cold and upcoming snow right along with our WTOL 11 weather team with the WTOL 11 weather app. From interactive radar to the hourly forecast to traffic alerts when the snow starts to fall, you can have it all right on your phone wherever you go. It's a free download in your phone's app store and is updated every day, multiple times a day by our weather team.